I just canceled one of my shows to watch me a film. Let me say you'll die for me, little bitch, you'll die. Okay, alright, okay. I'm gonna get straight into this, right? This is boom. Beast DD's Broly, right here, right? Cool, right? Amazing, epic. Everyone wants it, right? Everyone thinks this is the best figure of all time, right? No, nunca. No. It's been so long since I made it It's been so long since I made a video. I don't even know how to start this anymore. I just want to get into it, okay? If you're even in the SH Figure Wars community, like a little bit, I'm sure you've heard a few complaints about this figure, but overall, it's been glazed. It's been, oh, this figure is great. This figure is nice. This figure is amazing. And I feel like people are holding back. I feel like, especially reviewers, I've been watching reviews of the Broly, right? Because I wonder if people have the same problems as me. But I don't know, whenever someone brings up a complaint, it feels like they're holding back the same amount of, I guess, leeway they would not give to a SH Figure Wars figure. But because this is a third-party figure, I guess they feel like, oh, it's kind of mean to tear into them because they're not a huge corporation. But I'm about what I bought with my money. So I'm gonna lay everything flat and tell you why I'm not a big fan of this figure anymore. Now, I got this from 5K Toys for about, let's say $100, right? The retail price was $80, and they just taxed the shipping like crazy. Made it $30 shipping. Okay, alright, cool, whatever. And I bring that up to say, do not spend over like 150. I would not spend over 150 for this guy. Personally, I wouldn't have wanted to spend over the 80 that I was promised. But at that point, it was such a highly sought after figure. I feel like I kind of had to get it, you know? It's like you don't get it, you miss out. But that time period is over. If you're watching this right now and you don't have this Broly, you'll be okay, all right? Don't get it, unless you really want to. Of course, it's your decision, but saying you don't need it. And I mention this because I see on the aftermarket it's going upwards of $250 to $300. You are out of your fucking mind if you even consider buying a third-party figure for that much. I barely want to spend that much on aftermarket first party, but third party? I'd rather visit someone's family home and make it empty in 5 seconds. Whatever that means, you can make up in your own mind, but I'm just saying I'd rather do plenty of other things before doing that. But yeah, that's safe to say, I don't think the price is worth it. Anything over 150, and even that's pushing the barrier. I say 120. You're not finding this guy for a good price unless it's like used and beat up to death, I'm pretty sure. It's a decently articulated figure, right? You got the bicep joints, right? You can't go more than 90 degrees, which is kind of embarrassing considering the climate we're in with figures now, is that the elbow bend should be a little more. Like this legendary Super Saiyan right here does that way easier. Like he works though, he works. And the joints, you know, granted, I warmed them up, but they're smoothish. It works, right? It's not a cheap piece of garbage that's gonna just break on you. Unless the problem is with the setup and the effort that you have to go through to even make this guy a little playable. I mentioned this in my unboxing video, but I had to heat this guy up to do anything with him. To put on his actual Broly sculpt, because Beast DD still does that unnecessary bullshit where they market it as a different figure, even though Demoniacal Fit has just been ripping off SH Figure Wars and has been fine for like what, the past 3-4 years? Because this is my first ever Beast DD's release, right? And so far off a first impression is really not the best for this third-party company specifically, because having to take off the mythical beast hands and head and replace it with the normal ones on this figure in particular was very, very tedious, man. And especially with this spiky, very spiky head sculpt, which I'll get to next. I don't even like that much. Very spiky. And you have to force this on. It's really difficult. It only took me about 2 minutes or so, but that's not even getting into the neck peg. I haven't even attempted to remove or change the neck peg because of how bad I heard it is. And it's just embarrassing because once you put the two neck pegs side by side, you see why the fuck is the default neck peg this small little tiny baby with no range of movement anywhere. What's even the point of having a neck joint? Just make it a ball hinge like the shitty 2.0s. Because well, I'm getting side to side. Ow, by the way, because I'm getting stabbed up when I move this thing. And just like the up and down, it's like nowhere. And I don't know. It just like, look, I'm getting marks from just touching this thing. But yeah, I don't know. That's just not fun. It's really not fun. And on topic of the head sculpt, they messed up on the design for the hair, right? These bangs right here that my fingers are on are supposed to be like longer, right? They're wider. They realized their mistake, but instead of fixing it on the actual shipped figure, they make you buy an accessory kit that has the proper looking hairpiece. Like, if it was just the proper headpiece, okay, you sold it separately so you get the figure out on time, sure, that's nice. But they force you to also purchase 3 other different colored head sculpts for no reason. It's like a shitty white Ultra Instinct version that only comes with 1 faceplate, by the way. So like, in what scenario would you even want to use that? It's just not worth it at all. It comes with really bad translucent head sculpts where it has a light up gimmick and it barely even works. I don't know, for that one person out there that really wanted an Ultra Instinct Broly or whatever the fuck that white haired version is, well, there you go. You have 1 faceplate. I hope you're having fun. But back to this figure, what I have in my hands. And I'll say the metallic finish looks really nice. The gauntlets and the legs looks nice, right? Because this is a third-party figure, the material they used almost feels like sickening. It's like the same material of like a fake necklace or a fake chain that you get off Temu. Like, it has that like rust feel and smell to it. Like, I can touch this with my fingers and I'll like you can smell the rust on my, like, coming onto my fingers. It's really, really disgusting. And it just makes me not want to touch this figure at all. Like, it feels like I'm gonna break out into hives because I'm touching this thing. And I don't like that. That removes the fun factor. Because when I'm playing with the figure, I want to play with it. I want to touch it. I want to articulate it, right? But then you have this guy, to where if I'm even like near the legs, it's like, it's such a cheap material. It's just really nasty, and I've never seen anyone else bring it up in a review. I don't know, because they don't notice it, because they're already dirty and stinky, so they just don't notice it in the first place, or I just got a bad copy. I don't want to touch these metallic pieces because of that. Like, I feel like my skin's gonna start turning green if I touch these things for too long, like it would with like a fake chain. And when I say I'm genuinely surprised, I've never heard anyone else bring up that complaint about the metallic pieces. I'm genuinely surprised because it's so obvious to me. I don't know. It's just, it makes you think. It really does make you think. But that's not to say this figure is all negative. Like I say, I really do like the size of this. I think the size carries the figure. It's not accurate, don't get me wrong, but it's really nice. It's just really cool to have a figure this big, this articulated. Even if it's not the best articulation, it's still great. Like, look at this, man. Like, that's cool. That's cool. It really lacks a lot of fun factor. I don't feel like I'm having fun when I play with this figure compared to something like Legendary Super Saiyan Goku over there. To be honest, that might also have to deal with the size because of how big this figure is. It's like, it's almost intimidating to articulate much because, like, look at this. This is, you know, this richeting and like, this is effort. I have to actually like put strength into moving these pieces. And yeah, also I don't like how the ankle leg joints are either on this figure. It's like, especially like when it came out of the box, I had to like tinker around with it for like a good 5 minutes to get this working properly because it just wouldn't stand up straight. But like, now I fixed it and now I don't want to mess with it anymore. So like, I don't want to mess with the ankle rocker because I feel like I have the same issue to where it's like, and like, yeah, like I'll just touch this and I took my fingers to my nose. It feels like a fake chain from Temu. My skin is gonna turn green. I'm telling you, it's gonna look like copper. And yeah, just off of those reasons alone is why I can't say that I like this figure. It's an okay figure. It's not bad. It's definitely not great. It's okay. Usually I would make a video like this, right? Because usually when there's something wrong with the figure, people will tear into it, destroy it, right? But I feel like people are giving this figure in specific leeway because of the fact that it's new and it's a third-party company. That whole dilemma is horrible, and don't even think about breaking anything on this figure. With past Beast Deities releases, at least from what I know, because like I said, this is my first ever one personally, they're closely connected to 5K Toys, right? So you could contact 5K Toys if you have like a broken piece or something's missing. You'd be like, hey guys, I'm missing something here. Can I get a replacement? My neck peg broke. Can I get another one? They'd be like, sure, yeah, of course. Because, you know, but as you may heard, Beast Deities, people who made this figure, have disbanded. Now, what does that mean? That means the studio is gone and they're not making any more of these and they're not sending out any replacements. But the thing is, that's just not the truth. They're rebranding again under Anime Mythos. And you will know that Beast Deities has done this before. They used to be Kong Studios, but then rebranded to Beast Deities and now to Anime Mythos. And pre-orders are going up for their next figure, which is a battle damaged Goku. Forgive me that I can't find the screenshot because it was an Instagram story and is now gone after the 24 hours and I didn't screenshot it. But there was a statement said that Beast Deities will no longer be supporting this figure, sending out any replacement, any fixes, anything like that. If you break the figure, it's gone, right? You're done, it's broken. That is because Beast Deities is no longer a thing. But then you see them rebrand under a new name, doing the same exact shit with the same shitty packaging where they put everything into 3 different boxes. But okay, sure, fine. They don't want to be tied to their previous projects, right? Until you realize that one of the main selling points of the Goku figure that Anime Mythos is now selling is the fact that it comes with a hand that fits onto Beast Deities Broly to hold up Goku. So it sounds like to me they are supporting the figure after release, just not in the way you want them to. If you want a replacement part because their QC messed up, that's too bad. But if you want to go ahead and buy another figure to be a companion to this figure that they did not make, well then go right ahead. Now, I'm not alleging any bad business practices yet, at least, but it just makes you think. Doesn't it make you think, Broly? Doesn't it make you think? Doesn't anything in that little head of yours, does that make you think? Like I said, otherwise, this figure is a great set piece. Like, if you have a display and you got Broly in the middle of it, he is the centerpiece. He will stick out like crazy. So if you want to have just a big figure to stick out in your display, boom, you got this guy right here. Boom, it sticks out, right? Great, cool, amazing, awesome. It's just that, I don't know, in hand, I won't have any fun with him just because of his larger stature and the fact that these cheap fucking metallic pieces, like, I feel like my face is breaking out from me touching it, bro. And I don't know if that's placebo or not because of my deep-rooted xenophobia, but that was a joke, by the way. That was a joke. That was cutting that out. I'm monetized now. I can't say those jokes. And like I said, I'm not even gonna try to mess with the neck peg, even if this does look wrong to me. It is what it is, man. I'm not even gonna be using this figure that much. But yeah, let me know what you think about this figure in general, because I'm still really curious on any other critiques that may be had. Because like I said, I've rarely seen any critiques aside from the whole neck joint issue. Because other than that, everything's been glowing, right? But I'm just curious, because I guess I want this to be like a place where you could actually let your grievances be known, and like, I'm not gonna hate on you for it, because I already ripped this thing to shreds kinda, so just go ahead. 1,000 subs, by the way, that's cool, thank you. Give me money, I have memberships. I'm gonna start putting 30 ads on my videos because I'm monetized now, thank you a lot.